Running a business is like driving 200 miles per hour with your hair on fire. Knowing when to accelerate, brake, and make controlled turns is difficult, even for the most experienced driver. Over a 25-year career, I have worked with the most talented and effective business leaders. As a result, I have built a program called the Office of the CEO, which was the operational foundation for a business that grew from $300 million to $3 billion from 2009 to 2019. I have called in a career's worth of favors with my friends who are also the best and brightest in their field. After all, you can learn to do something and make mistakes yourself, or you can learn from those who have been there before. Welcome to the Office of the CEO. The topic tonight is death by PowerPoint. And I guess the idea for this came from probably hundreds of presentations that I sat through, many of them with in front of a C-level audience. And there were so many things that I saw that were wrong. I would try to prepare people. I would try and give them suggestions. I would try and give them tips on how to build a slide and things of that nature. And for whatever reason, it seems like everybody, especially going into an audience of that nature, there was always a tendency to break all of the rules. And I don't know if it's because they were just nervous, they wanted to be over prepared or whatever, but I saw more 1,000-word slides and multiple bullets and just text heavy slides with no pictures or graphs or anything like that. I saw decks that had 50 slides for a 15-minute presentation slot, just anything you can possibly imagine. And so the idea for this came from that experience. And when I was thinking about this particular topic, I thought Nathan would just be a great resource to use and to give us feedback on how to approach that. So I'll tee it up to you, Nathan.
All right, cool. Well, there's a reason they call all those bullet points, because death by PowerPoint is definitely a thing. And the problem with it is most people are focused on trying to get their PowerPoint presentations really good. And so they'll focus on one of two things. James, you can jump in and interrupt me at any time and steer me back onto the rails. But
I will.
The biggest thing that I see is that people are either focused on the technicality of the presentation itself. So using features and capabilities found inside of PowerPoint or Keynote or whatever your presentation tool of choice is. So they're either focused on the technicality of that, or they'll say this, and you'll hear this all the time. They'll stand up at the beginning of the presentation and say, okay, people, we've really got a lot of material to get through, and we've only got 40 minutes left. So bear with me. We really got to move through this fast. If you hear that, it's the wrong presentation, and it will be done in a way that's not memorable at all, because your audience can't retain all of that. And so if you're focused on content, you're missing the power of what a presentation is supposed to do. The whole point of a presentation is to produce a desired change in behavior. Too many times we see people try and produce a change in knowledge. Well, not changing your knowledge is not the same as changing behavior. Anybody who has kids knows that. I can say to my high school daughter, it's time for you to clean your room. She'll say, Dad, I know. Yeah, her knowing didn't produce the desired behavior. So knowing that she needs to clean her room is really not the answer to everything. Getting the room clean and producing that change in behavior is the answer. So when I work with people on things like presenting, whether it be with a emphasis on presentation skills or on presentation design, the thing that we focus on first is what behaviors would I like to see different than they are now. And the second thing is that our focus has to be on what to do, not what to use. So if I'm talking to my audience and I start saying this product does this and this product does this and this thing does this, and it doesn't matter if it's an internal or an external audience, at the moment I start having that kind of conversation, and I start giving a personality. It's called anthropomorphism, right? I start giving a personality or capability to a product or a feature. Then I'm not telling the right story. The product doesn't do anything. The feature doesn't do anything. People do. And so I have to tell the kinds of stories that help people make changes to behavior that answer business problems. And that's what we're trying to do.